On Apple Valley News now, stopping those who attempt to prey on children. What investigators are telling us tonight about these types of investigations and what you should do if you suspect someone. A real surprise for coffee lovers in Kennewick when a pickup truck accidentally slammed through a front window of a Starbucks store. Plus, it's a tool in the personal fight against addiction. Now, Ideal Option in Yakima has moved to a new location.
And bundle up, we're in for some cold temperatures overnight, plus we're tracking some fog and freezing fog in the area. All the details coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time, on your side.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling. Yakima County has had 98 people die of overdose last year, much of them due to fentanyl. But one of the barriers to getting treatment is long wait lists and programs that require residency. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us with the relocation and expansion of Ideal Options, more people will now have access to treatment.
When Ideal Option was at its location at 11th Avenue and River Road, they were only able to see about 20 to 25 patients per day. But now, with the big move, they've been able to triple that number.
So now we have the capacity to serve up to 75 patients a day in this centralized location and just really help save lives and better the community.
An outpatient treatment center for substance use, including fentanyl, opiates, marijuana, cocaine, and alcohol.
We are low barrier. So people are coming in and out of our clinic. We don't keep anybody overnight. They're able to come in, get prescribed their medication same day and go.
It starts by getting a urine sample from the patient, which is quickly tested in their in-house lab.
When that happens, then we're able to create an individualized treatment plan for each patient. Rather than assuming what's in their system, now we know what we need to treat.
And what kind of medication, along with counseling, will help the most.
We're doing things such as Suboxone and Sublocade injections, Vivitrol injections. This is something that is stopping our patients from having cravings and withdrawals.
But there is a stigma attached to medication-assisted treatment.
A lot of people aren't really understanding what this medication is doing. Rather, a lot of people are judging it as trading one drug for another, and it's just simply not doing that.
She says the quick turnaround time between someone making the decision to seek treatment and walking out with a prescription is critical to recovery.
It's such a small window, and being able to serve somebody that same day, even sometimes within hours, is where we're really able to get ahead of that. Anybody that's struggling, I just want to encourage you to reach out. We're here for you. We're not going to sit here and judge you.
Ideal Option is located at 602 North 39th Avenue, Suite 200. They're open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday. They accept most types of insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, and patients can typically start their treatment within about 24 to 72 hours. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
A fire destroyed several coops and sheds at a home in Benton County this morning. It happened just before 10:30 a.m. when fire crews arrived to the scene to find the buildings fully engulfed in flames. Animals had to be rushed out of the coops while firefighters continued to put the fire out. It's not yet known what started the fire and if any animals got hurt during the blaze. No people were hurt. A truck slammed into a Starbucks store this morning in Kennewick. It happened at the Canal Drive location. The pickup went through a window in the front of the store. The driver is not hurt and is cooperating with authorities. And that person told Apple Valley News Now that the collision was an accident. One person had minor injuries but is expected to be okay. The crash remains under investigation. Let's talk weather. Stacey Lee joins us now with your First Alert weather forecast.
And we'll start out by taking a peek outside on our Dust Devil Giesecke Stadium Skycam tonight. Again, looking pretty clear this evening. We do have low clouds and a little bit of mist in the air. 41 degrees. Look at that humidity at 89%. And our sunset nice and early today at 4:10. Now we are tracking some dense fog. We've been following dense fog most of the day in Cle Elum. We're starting to see that building up in Ellensburg. Looking good down the Columbia Basin in Yakima Valley. However, we're seeing some dense fog building up tonight in Pendleton. We'll probably see that get a little bit thicker in Walla Walla as well. Weather pattern for the next couple of days, pretty quiet. Ridge of high pressure slides in. We have cool air coming down from Canada. Temperatures, though, above average at least through tomorrow. We'll see a little bit of a slide on Wednesday, but overall pretty quiet even across the rest of the United States as we are in December. Let's take a look at those temps. They're not deviating a whole lot. We stay right at 39 and then we pop up to 43. Not a big switch in those temperatures, but still below the average. In Yakima, those temperatures stay fairly warm, although we'll see a little dip around 9 o'clock in the morning, right back up for the rest of the day. So mostly cloudy, patchy fog with those chilly overnight lows. Mountain snow could come back Wednesday through Friday in the Cascades and possibly the Blues, but overall a quiet weather week ahead. I've got more details to get to in your First Alert full weather forecast. Jill?
The Pasco Chamber of Commerce hosted 27 nonprofit organizations from across the Tri-Cities at the Pasco Red Lion Hotel and Conference Center today. It was an opportunity for these groups to rub shoulders with the business community and discuss the important services they provide. From organizations that help children.
We are a youth empowerment program. We have 29 sites throughout the Tri-Cities serving over 750 youth each day.
To those that support veterans.
So about 20,000 veterans we serve, and that's just in Tri-Cities proper. So when you think of greater areas, the number just gets bigger.
There's no shortage of nonprofit organizations working to make a difference in the Tri-Cities. But these nonprofits can't help without the support of the community.
There's a tremendous need. Every single one of the nonprofits represented here are doing life-giving, critical services for those in need.
Which is why the Pasco Chamber of Commerce is trying to give them a hand through its nonprofit showcase.
Our goal is always to raise as much money as we can today for the nonprofits, but I think more importantly is there's this great connection that our Pasco Chamber members have now with these nonprofits. Maybe they meet somebody that they've never known existed before, and that may build up a relationship that will last in the future too.
Registration fees are given back to the nonprofit organizations in attendance, and each guest is given $10 to donate from Gisa Credit Union.
And then as the guests come, there's an opportunity for them to provide an additional donation out of their own pocket, either by check, cash, or through a QR code. And they can give them to all, or they can give them to a select few, however they want to do it, through Three Rivers Community Foundation.
An event like this is extremely valuable for nonprofits to get the word out about their services and how people can help.
It just displays just how wonderful the Tri-Cities is and how much support that the nonprofits receive from our generous community. It's really incredible.
People knowing who we are and what we do is certainly going to help donors know if they want to give us their dollars to continue our mission, and then to get the word out to veterans of what we offer to them and their families.
And it doesn't hurt to host the event at a time of year when everyone is feeling just a little more generous.
I think it's just a time where we're all reminded of the blessings that we have in our life, and to be able to have that opportunity to then partner with organizations to bring those blessings to other people, I think is a real gift, and really grateful that we're able to do that.
The Pasco Chamber of Commerce didn't set a specific goal for donations, but was hoping to exceed the amount from last year, which was around $2,000. The Yakima Health District has been awarded a $1 million grant from the EPA's Environmental Justice Program to help improve water and air quality in the lower Yakima Valley. This grant will allow them to increase education around nitrate contamination and ramp up their testing. During the week of January 8th, 250 homes in the lower valley will receive a letter with a nitrate test strip. They can run through the tap to see if their water has above the amount of nitrates considered safe to drink. The letter will also have information in both English and Spanish and a number they can call to schedule follow-up testing.
I do hope you will take that opportunity and find out what level of nitrate is in your well, and if it is too high, that you'll work with them to accept bottled water and find other sources of alternative water.
At least 47 families are already living on bottled water. The initial testing will focus on the areas they believe have the highest concentrations and work their way outward as they are able to find more funding. We're sitting down with one of the investigators on the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, talking about how they work to take criminals offline. And Stacey Lee is tracking cold temperatures in her First Alert forecast. You're watching Apple Valley News Now.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
ABC's Holly Jolly Wednesday.
Are y'all ready to have fun?
It all starts with Celebrity Family Feud.
It's a holiday special, y'all.
This Christmas,
Frosty the Snowman
Then Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
'Tis the season.
To light up the wheel.
Followed by the $100,000 pyramid.
That is the Christmas spirit.
Naughty or nice, everyone wins. It all starts Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center, providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
The holidays are here, and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your holiday gathering needs. Whole turkeys, fully cooked and perfectly seasoned, just heat and serve. Turkey breasts, deliciously smoked or oven roasted. Or our famous slow-cooked spiral-cut hams, hand-glazed and caramelized to perfection. Complete your feast with one of our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices! Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard in the Planet Fitness Shopping Center. Or call 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
'Tis the season to upgrade, and we're turning up the savings right now during the year-end sales event at Spec Buick GMC. Take advantage of special low interest rates and save thousands on an exciting lineup of Sierra, Terrain, Canyon, and the all-new Acadia. With over 500 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, get your upgrade and save big at Spec Buick GMC. Come see for yourself on Sandifer Parkway in Pasco. Spec Buick GMC, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
Come see Kimberly Perry of the Grammy Award-winning trio The Band Perry live in concert. Friday, January 12th, Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish. Hear hits like If I Die Young and Better Dig 2, as well as new music from Kimberly's new solo EP, Super Bloom. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster and Legends Casino Gift Shop. Don't miss Kimberly Perry at Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish, Friday, January 12th.
It's a small city with a big history, with one very unique house.
They're local artists, and they have transformed their home into an amazing reflector art display.
Ellensburg, Fly the Northwest, Tuesday on KatKVU Local News at 6. Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Tonight, we're highlighting work by the Southeastern Washington Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Now, Alyssa, you've been talking to some of the law enforcement working on some of these cases. What have you learned about the task force?
Well, Jill, a lot of the work that they do is focused on tracking down these criminals online after they've excuse me one moment. A lot of the work that the task force is doing is focused on protecting children online, but another very significant part is making sure that they find those criminals before a victim comes forward. And I got to talk to
what I can tell you from our cases, we get a lot of offenders that are being discovered for the first time.
I spoke with Kennewick Police Detective Bill Dramus about his extensive work with the task force and what you need to know about the work that they are doing.
In a proactive investigation, there is no story. We don't know who we're dealing with until we figure it out.
The detective says investigators are specially trained to manage conversations online, gathering information to take dangerous predators off the internet.
One of the defenses that we see typically after this investigation is concluded is somebody saying, well, they really were just online playing a role. Okay, well, the chat, the dialogue itself will kind of bear that out. And I don't want to give away investigative techniques, but there's specific responses and ways that they're built in to kind of break down that fantasy defense. Because we know if they're showing up for the sexual exploitation of a child. It is a very deliberate act. It's very thought through. There's very specific things that they say. We want to make sure that we're doing things that doesn't allow those defenses, because we know this person showed up, they're going to be a really bad person.
In some cases, a person trying to find victims online finds a police detective instead. but in others, criminals do find a child. Detective Drama says when that happens, you have to think of the child's electronics as crime scenes full of evidence.
Don't destroy the evidence. Please, please, please take the phone, get it off the internet. Understand that, we need passwords, and time is of the essence. We need to find these predators before they're able to either change a profile, delete a profile, get rid of evidence. The time is crucial.
He says the one thing you should not do is try to track down or confront the predator yourself, even if you know who it is.
What people don't take into account is the lethality of these cases. People that have a secret world have a ton to lose. And when they are caught by law enforcement or when they are discovered by somebody, dangerous things can happen. We don't want to see citizens putting themselves in harm's way, trying to have that aha, gotcha moment.
Confronting a criminal isn't only putting yourself in harm's way. You could actually make work harder for police who have to follow very specific steps to make sure the evidence they gather will hold up in court.
If somebody is doing something wrong, and in our case, if somebody's doing something evil, we want to make sure that that investigation's airtight. We don't want that person to slip through the cracks. People shouldn't be out conducting their own investigations. We leave that to professionals.
Now, as I've been talking to law enforcement officers about this, one of the things I've heard again and again is just when it comes to protecting your own children, you need to make sure you know what they're up to online, just like you would know where they are physically if they go to a friend's house or to a party, and make sure you keep those lines of communication open. Jill, this is just what parents have to think about these days. It's not going to the park on your bikes anymore.
Yes, it's very important work, and we're highlighting it. Where does it go from here?
So there's a couple of things that we could possibly see moving forward. Police departments, they need more help for this task force. They were looking to get more agencies involved so that they have more investigators doing this work and tracking down these criminals. Another, we could see adjustments to state law that would make it easier for these investigators to get some of the records that they need, that they're looking for when, as you just heard, time is of the essence.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. We'll be keeping our eyes on this. Stacey Lee has your full forecast up next. But first, STCU and Apple Valley News Now want your help in finding community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties who go that extra step to help us all. Please nominate someone like this by clicking on the contest tab at applevalleyNewsNow.com. From your nominations, we choose volunteers to profile, and STCU awards his or her organization a $1,000 donation. Thank you, and a big thanks to all volunteers who help make our communities stronger, and to STCU.
From Washington Broadband, where we construct high-speed internet, fiber, cable, and wireless all year round. From us to you,
Merry Christmas! Feliz Navidad!
George and Heidi use Verizon. Dan and Tina have Spectrum Mobile. With Verizon, George and Heidi pay way more for their 2 unlimited lines. With Spectrum, Dan and Tina get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. And with Spectrum, there are no added taxes or hidden fees. Dan and Tina save big, over $1,500 in savings. So George and Heidi, what do you think?
We're switching to Spectrum.
Get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Is your furnace worn out and a bit ugly? Apple Valley News Now and Jacobs & Rhodes present the Ugly Furnace Contest, your chance to win a brand new gas furnace. To enter, click on Contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com and follow the instructions. Everyone who enters gets a free system inspection. One second prize winner gets a 2-year membership in the Jacob & Rhodes Maintenance Club. And the grand prize winner gets the new gas furnace, including expert installation by Jacobs & Rhodes. The Ugly Furnace Contest from Jacobs & Rhodes and Apple Valley News Now.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
During the
holiday sale at Furniture Row, I could show you one sofa, one table, one mattress, even just one bed. But then you'd miss out on the hundreds of other sofas, tables, beds, mattresses, and accessories that make up Furniture Row's incredible selection and guaranteed lowest prices. And best of all, everything is on sale. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. Shop the holiday sale today, only at Furniture Row.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bath Fitter. Every bath fit or bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted. Done right, installed by an expert technician, all in one day. Bath Fitter's biggest sale of the year is on now. Contact us today for an appointment. We can be there as soon as tomorrow. Many jobs are being installed in less than 2 weeks at the lowest prices of the year.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, we're going to start out with our radar and satellite. As you can see, there's a system out on the coast, but we have this ridge of high pressure coming in first. That's going to give us pretty mild conditions for a couple of days. Now, this system, as it approaches, could bring some rain and snow across the Cascades into the west side. We're looking to be dry so far this week. That could change depending on how strong that system ends up being. But here's the ridge of high pressure. Not a lot going on, as you can see, for the next couple of days. So pretty mild out there, other than lots of fog in the area, low clouds and fog. And you can see that on our Futurecast model here. That fog sticks around in those cloudy skies. We're not going to get a break. This is tomorrow morning. It's going to be overcast once again. Some of that will push out later on. And then as we get into Wednesday, better chance of having a little bit of sunshine. But we could see some dense fog along the foothills of the Blues and in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. Here comes that system as it crosses the Cascades. It changes to snow. So we could see some snow there on the east slopes of the Cascades by Wednesday. We've been tracking visibility today with the fog and clouds. Pendleton down to 2 miles of visibility. We're looking good in the Columbia Basin all the way into Yakima, but Cle Elum's been dealing with dense, thick fog throughout the day today. Dust Devil Giza Skycam, 41 degrees. Look at that humidity, 89. It was misting on my windshield during my break. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour, and our feels like temp is 39. So we're going to stay warm in the Columbia Basin tonight, but not so much in the other areas. It's getting cooler in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. We should see those temperatures drop down to about the freezing level. In the 40s so far tonight, Columbia Basin, a little bit cooler, foothills of the Blues. Now here is where we're at temperature-wise. Our averages are 41. We're going to be slightly above that. We have a little bit of a drop on Wednesday, but we stay pretty consistent all the way into the weekend. In Yakima, we're above the average a few degrees. We dropped down on Wednesday, same situation, but staying above average. So you can thank El Nino for these warmer winter conditions. Here's our temperatures overnight tonight. Again, we could see Yakima right under the freezing level, Toppenish, Sunnyside a little bit warmer. Columbia Basin, we should stay above the freezing level overnight with those lows in the mid and upper 30s, 36 for the Tri-Cities, 34 in Prosser. Foothills of the Blues also in the mid 30s, but be aware of the fog hanging out by those hills. Let's see what our temps look like tomorrow. Again, fairly warm, above the average a few degrees for this time of year. And again, that's an effect of our El Nino. Let's plan your day tomorrow, though. There's that fog and low clouds. You're going to see that through the Yakima Valley with temperatures out the door at 31. And it doesn't warm up. There's only a 10-degree difference throughout the day. Tri-Cities a little overcast and cloudy. We could see some fog here and there, especially near the river, and those temperatures in the mid 30s. But look at Walla Walla, going to be kind of socked in with fog throughout the day in Walla Walla. So just be aware of that. Also, these temperatures are still warm enough to keep, hopefully the roadways not slick, but you could see some slick roads, especially in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley with those lower temperatures. So overall, weather not looking too bad. It's pretty mild out there so far. Jill?
A powerful storm system moving up the East Coast creates a tough start to the week. High winds, heavy rainfall, even snow stretching from the Carolinas to Maine. But the storms made the worst of their marks in Tennessee and Kentucky, where deadly tornadoes blew up to 150 miles an hour, leaving miles of devastation behind. Emily Schmidt on what we're learning about the damage.
There's no word in the dictionary, the mayor of Clarksville, Tennessee says, for what has happened to his community.
Tragically, we lost 3 of our citizens on Saturday, December 9th, a day that
none of us expected or wanted.
Oh my God.
The National Weather Service says an EF3 tornado as wide as nearly 6 football fields hit Clarksville Saturday, destroying nearly 100 structures and severely damaging almost 300 more.
Everything just like exploded. This is what it really felt like. I feel like everything exploded, like a lot of pressure built up and just popped.
3 people died in Clarksville, including 10-year-old Arlen Burnham, whose dad said was famous for sharing fun trivia facts. The Burnhams lost a son, their home, everything in it, and the tornado continued, ultimately covering nearly 43 miles. Another tornado, an EF2, killed 3 more people in its path from Madison to Hendersonville.
No sooner than we got in here and knelt down on our knees, all this started just caving in. Glass was busting, stuff was flying around. It was crazy.
Before and after satellite images give a small glimpse of what the storms did in seconds, while these images suggest a much longer road ahead. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee said on social media, though the damage is significant, the people of his state are resilient. With thousands now out of their homes or without power, resilience may prove one of the few things the tornadoes left untouched. Emily Schmidt, Apple Valley News Now.
Tonight marks just 2 weeks until Christmas, and AAA predicts record holiday season travel. More than 115 million Americans will travel over the holiday period. Airports could see about 7.5 million passengers between December 23rd and New Year's Day. That's an increase of 2.5 million over last year. According to AAA, having both holidays on a Monday will likely increase the number of travelers. We are going to head to Stacy Lee for your Reason to Smile.
That's right. Our Reason to Smile today comes to us from Kathy Wickholm. She sent this in over the weekend. We did have a little bit of sunshine out there. There's a nice little Horn Rapids sunrise. Thanks for sharing with us, Kathy. Remember, if you'd like to have your photo featured, just snap it and send it to me, slee at applevalleynewsnow.com. Your Reason to Smile is brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
At U.S. Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself one. Then give yourself the gift of not checking it.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center, providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Is your furnace worn out and a bit ugly? Apple Valley News Now and Jacobs & Rhodes present the Ugly Furnace Contest, your chance to win a brand new gas furnace. To enter, click on Contests at applevalleynewsnow.com and follow the instructions. Everyone who enters gets a free system inspection. One second prize winner gets a 2-year membership in the Jacob & Rhodes Maintenance Club. And the grand prize winner gets the new gas furnace, including expert installation by Jacobs & Rhodes. The Ugly Furnace Contest from Jacobs & Rhodes and Apple Valley News Now.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Cut, more feeling. Cue the music.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Love it.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
All right, Stacy, quite a bit of fog coming up in the next few days. Let's take a final look at weather.
Yeah, lots of fog, Jill, and you know, these temperatures are feeling cold because there's so much moisture in the air, but we're actually warmish for December, I have to say. That's thanks to that El Nino pattern. But look at all that fog in the forecast. Walla Walla, right there at the foothills of the Blues, is really going to see that. It could impact air traffic at the Walla Walla Airport. So just be aware of that if you have any flights coming up here in the next couple of days. Temperatures aren't going to sway a whole lot, but we are a little bit chilly overnight, getting down right at or just below that freezing level. So tonight is the warm night overall as far as those overnight lows, but cooler temps are on the way. And again, that fog, that could be a problem. Let's take a look at Tri-Cities now and Yakima. Lots of fog here as well. We've been dealing with that fog in the Kittitas Valley all day today. There was a dense fog warning earlier this morning, so that could be the situation for your morning commute tomorrow. And again, whenever there's fog in the air, there's mist, and those cold temperatures could lead to slick roads, so we want to take it extra safe. Remember, not your high beams. Use your fog lights or your low beams when you're driving in fog. So
that is a good reminder, and I'm happy to see that at least those freezing temperatures are coming overnight.
Yes.
And not during the daytime.
There you go.
Thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. We are back tonight at 11.